and I saw the images being broadcast around the world, and it breaks my heart.
For anybody who's been hiding under a rock, this is Mitt Romney. He ran for president twice. He ran for president against Obama, and he did lose.
I have 25 grandchildren. Many of them were watching TV, thinking about this building, whether their grandpa was okay. I knew I was okay. I must tell you as well, I was proud to serve with these men and women. This is an extraordinary group of people. I'm proud to be a member of the United States Senate and meet with people of integrity as we do here today. Now we gather due to a selfish man's injured pride and the outrage of supporters who he has deliberately misinformed for the past 2 months and stirred to action this very morning. What happened here today was an insurrection incited by the President of the United States.
For those of you who don't believe it was an insurrection, let me read the definition for you guys. An insurrection is a violent uprising against an authority or government. That's exactly what happened on January 6th.
Those who choose to continue to support is a dangerous gambit by objecting to the results of a legitimate democratic election will forever be seen as being complicit in an unprecedented attack against our democracy. Fairly or not, they'll be remembered for their role in this shameful episode in American history. That will be their legacy.
I 100% agree with Mitt Romney. He hit the nail on the coffin right there. I mean, if you're one of the people that's in Congress right now, and you know for a fact Biden won the election, this is what Mitt Romney's saying, and you're still with the nonsense for Trump, you're complicit. You're part of the nonsense. You're part of the people that was running up into the Capitol. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, history should be shown that you're a traitor. You're a traitor to the American people. You went against the Constitution, even though you knew the truth. You knew the truth and you lied anyway. You chose your party that you represent, the Republican Party, over the United States of America, okay? You chose to hold down the Republican Party instead of telling the truth to the United States of America.
I salute Senator Langford and Loeffler and Braun and Daines, and I'm sure others, who in the light of today's outrage have withdrawn their objection. For any who remain insistent on an audit in order to satisfy the many people who believe that the election was stolen, I'd offer this perspective. No congressional audit is ever going to convince these voters, particularly when the president will continue to say that the election was stolen. The best way we can show respect for the voters who are upset is by telling them the truth.
Now, guys, before y'all start calling me some type of raging liberal and some type of progressive idiot or something like that, I'm not that guy, okay? I am a Republican. I've been watching Fox my whole entire life. I mean, ever since I was a child. I mean, I grew up on Fox. I'm from Houston, Texas, guys, okay? We watch Fox out here. We vote Republican out here. This is a Republican state. So when I bring this matter up, guys, just know that this is something serious, okay? What this video about, this hurts my heart, guys. I mean, this hurts down deep, okay? I mean, this tore me to the core. So let's just dive deep into this, guys, all right? So ever since the election and all of these votes are getting counted, you know, everywhere you look, Fox News, CNN, you know, every type of news station, every social media station, every Republican senator, every Republican representative, the president, the vice president, you know, the president's lawyers, everybody's talking about how the election was stolen from President Trump. Now, I know I'm not the only one that heard this every single last day on social media and the news and from every politician it seemed like that was on the Republican side. I know you all you guys heard the same thing I heard. And I seen a study on Fox and it said something like 65% of Republicans still believe that the election was stolen. Even to this day, that's how much propaganda people like Ted Cruz, Trump, Mike Pence, you know, all those guys, even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bring Mitch McConnell into this, but you know what I'm saying? Like most of those people, they they all was with the nonsense, honestly. And I was right there with them, okay? Just like I think most people was right there with them. We all, almost everybody I knew thought the election was stolen, you know? And that just shows what public opinion is, right? Okay, you get told something so many times that you start believing it. And even now, I'm about to show you guys the evidence, okay? Because there's still going to be a lot of people that's not going to believe that they still believe that the election was stolen. Even when I show you the evidence, even after I watched the evidence, something in me was still telling me I didn't believe it because I had been programmed so much. You know what I'm saying? I had been brainwashed to believe that the election was stolen. And since all of the stuff that happened on January 6th happened, you know, now Fox News has changed their, instead of saying, oh, we was wrong, you know what I'm saying, that the election wasn't stolen, instead of Fox News saying that and people coming out and just being honest about it, for the most part, they didn't do that. What Fox News did was they tried to switch the attention to freedom of speech. And they start talking about censorship, you know, and Facebook and Twitter, they're censoring the president. They're censoring Republicans. We're going to Parler now. Oh, they shut down Parler. Oh, we going over here to Gab now. Oh, they shut down Gab. They're Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. They're just censoring all these Why are they treating us like this? And the crazy thing about it is the whole time they talk about this censorship, they don't talk about the real reason why all of this is going on. All they try to do is try to just throw heat and flame at liberals or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they're trying to control us. They're trying to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? They want only the Democratic Party around. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what's going on at all. Now, let me show you what's really going on.
When we talk about Parler, and they're going to be, I guess, coming back online, that's what their CEO said. You know, the Parler thing, one of the things that the companies have pointed to is that there was violent rhetoric or threats even, but also in the reporting since January 6th and the attack on the Capitol, it showed that there was a lot of planning for that happened on Facebook and it happened on Twitter, but yet those platforms did not get taken off. What do you think of that?
No, I think that clearly Parler was intended as an alternative site. But the key to my thinking on this is that, this is not about censoring conservative thought. It's about doing something about disinformation, outright lies that led to the violence that we saw at the Capitol and, an attack on democracy. So I think all of these sites are trying to figure out how do you moderate that kind of content, Dana. To my mind, why haven't the people who said, oh, this election was stolen, why haven't they said, oh, we were wrong. We're sorry. Okay, we're wrong.
You first.
Why have they said, you know what? That's a lie, and it should never have been propagated on American social media because it had the impact of promoting that violence. It inspired violence, to my mind, that undermined American democracy and trust in our institutions, trust in the incoming Biden administration. The New Yorker has a video out that shows like bloodthirsty mobs calling for Vice President Pence, calling for Speaker Pelosi. I don't think conservatives, I don't think liberals want that kind of bloodthirsty action taking place. And if it's linked to the kind of language and planning that's taking place over social media has to respond.
Now, personally, I agree with pretty much everything Juan said right there. For a little bit of background before I get into this, Juan is the only person that's part of the five that's an actual journalist. Okay, journalists, they live by certain rules that they have to, they have to go by the facts. They have to go by the truth. They can't just be opinionated. Okay, now the rest of the people in the five are opinions. Okay, none of those guys are journalists. They're just telling you their opinions. Now, Juan, he could have did what everybody else in the five and everybody else on Fox News for the last couple of weeks been talking about. He could have been with the nonsense and would have been like, oh, they're just trying to censor Republicans. But no, he had common sense and he actually spoke the facts, the real truth right here. Okay, because if an insurrection can start on Facebook or Twitter or Parler or Instagram or any of these social media sites, these social media sites, they have the responsibility, to have to censor that stuff. Because if they don't censor that stuff, then they should be somewhat responsible, right? I mean, you're giving the platform to whatever, rioters or insurrectionists or whatever you want to call it,
Well, I'm taking this very personally, Dana, because I have a gut feeling they're going to come after Waters World. You do not do that. You come after Waters World, then GG shows next, then they're coming for the 5. Even you won. You're right there as a target. I don't have any other skills. If you take me out, how am I going to feed my family?
Okay, so Jesse Waters here, he's responding to Juan. Juan just, he just said that, they needed to censor false media, lies and stuff like that. And Jesse's response is, don't get rid of me. This is the only skill I got. I mean, he basically just admitting to it. He's basically just saying, hey, man, I lie on TV every day.
This is not about censoring conservative thought. It's about doing something about disinformation, outright lies that led to the violence that we saw at the Capitol.
I don't have any other skills. If you take me out, how am I going to feed my family?
The crazy thing about that is Jesse's actually right. He probably actually don't have any other skills. And I do agree that, there needs to be opinions. There needs to be opinions. People should be able to express their opinions. People should be able to express how they feel. But you know what I'm saying? You should, I feel like on a platform like the news, I mean, they should at least let you know when they're about to lie straight to your face or not. I mean, there should be like, oh, here's the factual news and here's such and such as opinions or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You were at Fox for 23 years. You carved out your own niche, and you got a lot of kudos for doing that and sticking with the hard news sphere. And Fox kind of divided itself, or at least it said it did, between almost equal hours of news and opinion. The opinion, though, is what pretty much made it. The opinion is what got it all the publicity. The opinion is what made the stars at night, whether it was O'Reilly or Hannity or now Tucker Carlson and all the rest of it. How uncomfortable were you at that time there? And you did leave. You left, I think, in 2019. How uncomfortable were you by the, I guess, impinging of the opinion, even on all of you who were trying to do the hard news?
A little bit of a background here before this guy speaks. This guy's name is Shepard Smith. I've been watching this guy my entire life, okay? He's been coming on Fox since forever. Back when Shepard Smith was on Fox, Fox was actually like an honorable news station. They actually had facts. And you know what I'm saying? But now it's all about the opinions, like the lady just said. And when the lady uses the term hard news, she's basically saying news with facts, not just opinions and gossip.
Well, Christian, I thought, and throughout my time there, when I got there, I was a field correspondent traveling around the country and the world reporting, and that was all I did, and nobody ever got in the way of that. And then when I became their chief news anchor and the managing editor of the program, the buck sort of stopped with me, and I made sure, to the best that I could, along with my team of editors and journalists, to get it right and not to fall either political line. I don't enjoy the political part of it all. I enjoy finding out about it and telling people about it, adding context and perspective. So,
okay, guys, I'm sorry I stopped it right there, but I just had to, okay? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I love Shepard Smith, okay? Shepard Smith gets to the facts. It's not about what party you're associated with. It's not about, oh, Fox is Republican, CBS is Democratic, GMA is this is that. We're going to just sit here and lie and make our party seem great. No, we're going to get to the facts, and that's what this dude's talking about. We're going to get to the truth.
I thought it was important that I stay there because I knew that I was grounded in that philosophy and working toward that promise. And if you feel like the Fox viewers were getting mis or disinformation, I was there to make sure that they got it straight. There were a lot of others in there who were trying to do the same thing. But I thought to just abandon it and to deprive those viewers of, it wasn't just me, I mean, there's an entire team of people getting the news to the air, to deny them that with the thought that they might replace it with opinion instead seemed a little selfish. So I stuck with it for as long as I could. And at some point I realized I've reached a point of diminishing returns and I left.
Wow. Can you just believe that, man? It's like, You can't even trust the news. The news don't even give you factual news anymore. So much that this guy had to leave because it was messing with his conscience like that. He couldn't do it. He had to do the right thing. It's like, that's crazy. It's crazy that Fox News is basically TMZ. They're basically TMZ. You know? That's all they are. Absolute no facts whatsoever. They're TMZ. Now, how am I supposed to watch Fox News now? Okay, at the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? We heard Warren, you know, and a couple other people talk about how, you know, the president was lying this whole time. That social media was lying, the news stations was lying. There was no steal of the election. But every day, all I heard was that it was a steal. You know, Fox News, they get on TV and they try to make their stuff look like it's facts, but it's all opinions. I mean, look what the guy just said. He said it. He had to leave because it was messing with him. Guys, it's a hard pill to swallow. It really is, you know? It's like you was lied to for so long. I was lied to for so long. We believed it. We believed it, man. I can never trust him again. So, guys, let's go ahead and let's hear what Mitch McConnell's got to say.
The last time the Senate convened, we had just reclaimed the Capitol from violent criminals who tried to stop Congress from doing our duty. The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people. And they tried to use fear and violence to stop a specific proceeding of the first branch of the federal government, which they did not like.
Now, guys, let's go over to Liz Cheney.
This is from Liz Cheney, the number 3 ranking Republican in the House of Representatives. She just released a statement saying that she will vote to impeach President Trump, that she will vote to impeach President Trump. She says, talking about the insurrection, that this insurrection caused injury, death, and destruction in the most sacred space in our republic. She said the president of the United States summoned this mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack. Everything that followed was his doing. She said the president could have immediately and forcefully intervened to stop the violence. He did not. There has never been a greater betrayal by a president of the United States of his office and his oath to the Constitution. I will vote to impeach the president.
Come on, man. And you know what's the craziest part about that? You know, I like Liz Cheney. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know, the Cheneys, they're always good people, you know? Just like the McCains were all good people. But it's like, it's crazy because Liz Cheney is like the 3rd ranking Republican in Congress, basically, you know? And, you know, her party right now is coming after her head. They don't like her no more. Oh, you speak bad about Donald Trump? Oh, my God. It's all about the party. It's all about the party, guys. It has nothing to do with what's right, what's wrong. It has nothing to do with who did this or who did that, who was wrong. None of that. All it matters is Republican Party, Democrat Party, Republican Party good, Democrat bad. Okay? That's all that matters. All those other Republicans out there, they're calling for Liz Cheney's job. They want her to step down. Can you believe that? All those people that want her to step down, those are the people that was in that building when that mob ran in there. Those people that want her to step down, those are all the people who actually knew the truth that Trump never won the election and they was lying the whole time. But it's party over everything. Forget what's better for the American people. It's about the party. And that's what's wrong with America right now. That's what's wrong with Fox. That's what's wrong with Trump. That's what's wrong with all of it. I would never respect, you know, Trump was a good president, but I would never respect him because of how he went out, you know, and what he did, you know, his last little bit, you know what I'm saying? He messed up right there. You know, you didn't do good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You were staying on the American people, man. No president has ever did that, man. You incited an insurrection. And then you got all these Republicans still backing him. They don't even care. It is not even about the people. It's not about America. It's about that party. It's about the political class and those people that's in the political class staying in power. Now, guys, I know this video is super long, but I had a lot of stuff to say. And I'm almost done. This is going to be the last thing we talk about right here. All right?
Very impressive dismount from Merida right there. Now, he has the #1 show in all of cable news, and among other qualities, Tucker Carlson is quite sure he's right about just about everything.
This may be a lot of things, this moment we're living through, but it is definitely not about Black lives. And remember that when they come for you, and at this rate, they will. Anyone who's ever been subjected to the rage of the mob knows the feeling. It's like being swarmed by hornets. You cannot think clearly. And the temptation is to panic. But you can't panic. You've got to keep your head and tell the truth. Tell the truth. If you show weakness of any kind, they will crush you.
All right, a bombshell disclosure about the mind behind many of Tucker's most incendiary comments. For years, Tucker has hired a guy, first at a website called The Daily Caller, then at Fox News, a guy whose name you probably do not know. His name is Blake Neff. So in addition to writing the first draft of many, if not most, of Tucker's TV essays, Neff, it turns out, is a certifiable racist. Beyond belief, CNN of all outlets discovered that Neff made regular contributions to a chat forum using a fake name. Neff online slammed blacks in terms so derogatory we will not repeat them here. Didn't like Asians either. CNN made this exposure on Friday. Neff quickly turned in his resignation to Fox News on Friday as well.
All right, guys. I mean, if that's not enough proof to you guys what's going on at Fox, I don't know what is, guys, okay? This guy, man, he's been hired for years, okay? He's been writing for this man for years, okay? This is the #1 guy on Fox. His writer is a racist and been writing racist rhetoric propaganda and been feeding the masses with it. And they make it seem like it's not racist. They make it seem like it's not propaganda because guess why? It's on the news. And they make it seem like it's freaking facts. Ain't that crazy? They make the racist rhetoric propaganda seem like facts.
That's all they got! What the fuck? Let's go!
All right, guys, this is Peps Too Cool, and I don't know if I'm happy to bring this to you. I don't know how I feel about it, but I don't like being lied to, and I refuse to listen to a liar after they've been proven to lie to me. So, like always, guys, Peps out. Peace, love, and hair grease.